7, I believe. Was this episode 4?
Episode 4.
And I am your host, Jordan Olton. Some call me the Commish. Nobody calls me that, but I'm working on it. Co-host Mike Veneta back, still your league leader. Mike, how you feeling?
Feeling very well. Very blessed.
And our guest of the week. Our guest of the week, captain of Team Calibrate Your Enthusiasm. 4-6 on the year, though. It's not great, but 3-game losing streak also, by the way, from there. Jeremy Bancroft. That's quite the intro, but you know.
Yeah. Good to be here. I wish it was under a better record.
I just realized you had a 3-game losing streak coming into this, so
it's been rough.
But, way to not hesitate to wedge that in there, Jordan.
Yeah.
Well, I was doing the intro and everybody else's intro. I did the, Mike's lead the league. I didn't mention my winning streak. I haven't know why I just did now. But
wow, Jesus.
I mean, we can get right into it. Season. What we got? 4 weeks left. This is
going fast.
Nobody's eliminated. I think.
Yeah.
Technically, from the playoffs, anyways. Maybe spiritually, they might be eliminated from.
Clausen with the big win this past week.
Yep, kept a minute. I should pull up. Hold on, let me share my. How do I share my screen?
It's interesting that no one's mathematically eliminated yet.
Yeah, I think we're getting close to it.
You would think.
But I think because John could be, because those guys could be 6 and 8 if they win out somehow, obviously.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mike up top, really creating a little bit of space. He's close to,
Yeah.
I hate to say it, Mike. I hate to say it, Mike, and I want to go to your reflection on this, but you're in like epic collapse area right now where like the only way you lose is it's going to be ugly.
I mean, imagine the bits, though, we could do on the podcast.
I'm cheering for it. I'm cheering for it.
Oh, I have no doubt about that. Yeah, I mean, at this point, a catastrophic injury or two is probably all it would take, and down I would go. But it's teeing itself up really well for me to be the number 1 seed into the playoffs and to lose right away. So
yeah. Well, you'd lock up some money at least.
That's true.
Yeah. That's the majority of the money, isn't
it? Yep.
Never collected any money in this league.
Wow.
That should be said. Never once.
That'd be a tally I should look up is where the actual money's gone over the years.
Yeah. Well, and Jordan and I we're the 2 winners from last year, so.
Yep. Oh, I forget. Playoff over here somehow snuck in.
Yeah. Eliminated me in the playoffs. Oh. Thank you very much. Jaden Daniels killed me.
He's kind of, we'll come up on that later, but he's kind of my guy, although I traded him this year. I don't know if that counts as being my guy anymore.
Right.
Bancroft, 9th place, but everybody's tight down there. It's a week to week up and down traveling spot right now.
Yeah, I think I got we'll get to it eventually here, but I think I got Smitty this week, and then
we can go look.
We're back to the beginning of the season again. Then after that,
yep, I got T. Lee, big one. You got Smitty, Mike and Nate. Who's Wentz got? Wentz has got Medi. Ooh, that's a biggie too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Goss and Mulkey, a little toilet bowl. The loser might be might be done.
That's going to be donezo, I would think.
And I'm sure some scenarios could happen where maybe they're not, but
yeah.
Either way, they're probably both done anyways. But
yeah, real must-win territory for those guys.
Let's talk a little bit of last week. We haven't really had a recap. Somebody beat Mr. Vanosic last week's guest.
Yeah,
he
called his shot.
Came in the group text talking about 30-some points for Jacobs or whatever. Come on, what are you? I didn't want to keep rubbing it in when he said whatever he said, how many points left to go, and then didn't get anywhere closer for the next 3 quarters.
That Monday night game was a bummer.
But I didn't watch that. I just clicked on the score at one point. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah.
But Bancroft, 3 straight weeks.
Yeah. I mean, this past week it was more obvious. I mean, Travis had a 50-point lead on me going into the Monday night.
That was tight 2 weeks ago, you and Nate.
Yeah, but the 2 weeks prior were real heartbreakers on Monday nights, and just killed me.
But all you do is get in at this point.
Yeah, chip share and a chance.
Other storylines. I mean, the wild part is how close everybody is in the middle there.
Yeah,
I mean, 6-4 to 4-6 with 4 weeks to go. Mike, can I ask for a prediction?
I mean, I feel like I've said this 3 weeks in a row now, but I feel like we're in another moving week. We've got a lot of guys with similar records fighting for the same spots this week. I mean, I feel like I counted up like 3 or 4 matchups that were just must win for some of these guys. So I feel like if you're going to press me hard for a prediction, I feel like we're going to see Nate squirt up, Wang go down.
Ooh.
I feel like Wang's on a skid right now, and he's got Clausen this week, where if there was ever a slump buster, it might be that squad. But
see that
Clausen riding a brisk 1-game winning streak, though.
I mean, it's got to feel good for him. I mean, all the shit we talked about him, and there's a 3-way tie for the bottom of the race. He might not even end up last.
That's a good point. Yeah, he said it too in the group. He said he's already exceeded the league's expectation for his win total. So
that's a good point.
Hard to argue.
Where are we? Draft day projections were 1-13.
Nope.
Although this is not all that off,
Yeah, it's actually shaken up fairly close.
Wentz's points is probably more correct towards his 6-8 than his real record at this point.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, can't ask for much more. Everything's still kind of nobody's totally ran away from it. Nobody's totally out of the race, really. Feels like we're in for a fun little 4-week run down the stretch here. Although Mike could create some distance this week that would make it pretty tough. That would really
go Medi.
For the podcast, Mike, you don't want to run away from it. So
see what I can do.
All right, let's get into a little Bancroft wants to talk a little draft strategy and a couple different topics here. Jeremy, you want to take it away?
Yeah. So basically, I was, after the success I had last year, there's an old quote: "Generals fight the last war they're in, especially if they won it." So I took that philosophy and ran with it this year, and has not worked out well. So last year, it was the big steal I had was Brock Bowers, like way late. And he was putting up wide receiver 1 numbers for me all year.
Yep.
It was crazy from the tight end spot. So I was thinking this year again, well, let's try to find rookies that are in promising positions. And I think I drafted 5 rookies and did not go well. The best was probably it started out well was Omarion Hampton. He was putting up, he had a couple 20-pointers 2 weeks in a row, and then had the injury.
Yeah, 44. It looks like for Omarion Hampton right now.
Mm-hmm. Your number 1 spend.
Yeah, he was my number 1 spend. Some other disappointments. Golden, the receiver for Green Bay. I thought finally they have a number 1 receiver. Yep. That's what I was banking on there.
He's had some injury problems too, though.
Yeah, he's had some injury problems too. A couple other rookie running backs.
Travion came on this past week finally.
Yeah, he's finally getting the touches, so that's nice. But I watched the Washington guy the other night, and he just doesn't look good. And he's getting
merit,
Bill, and he's getting pulled on third downs and passing downs. That doesn't help either.
Yeah, without Jaden too, they everybody on that offense loses a little steam.
Yeah, exactly. But, so I guess I'd throw it back to you guys. Do you guys go in with a plan or a concept of a plan?
Or... I'll go first, Mike. Especially with the auction, it's really changed this. Like, I always feel like I have a plan, and for me, what happens is people I think should be going for more look like they're going to go for less, and then I end up getting guys that I wasn't even really thinking about as much.
Right.
I usually have some kind of quarterback plan. Like, obviously, the last 2 years I've gone almost. I think the last 3 years I've gotten just super heavy on a bunch of quarterbacks. Obviously, that didn't work this year. Burrow got hurt, so it's kind of hard to. And somewhat worked because I traded half of or almost all of them for just about everybody. But I always end up like Alvin Kamara is my one this year. Like, I didn't think anything, but it was like I can't have him going for $18 or whatever, 17 or whatever. Same with Jaden Daniels, went a lot lower than I thought. Garrett Wilson, like some of these guys where I just end up like, well, that seems cheap. I'm going to go right there. And I end up with that more than I have like specific players beyond the quarterback, I would say. Mike?
Yeah, my strategy's kind of changed a little bit with the auction draft also. I find myself gravitating more towards a strategy of like trying to get a couple tent pole guys that I feel like are going to stay healthy and are going to produce fairly consistently, like, kind of low floor guys. And then I just try to take shots around them for low dollar amounts. And I feel like that strategy just inherently is going to produce a lot of variance. Especially like last year I did that. And my 10 pull guys, I think, were Bijan Robinson. And I went pretty heavy on CJ Stroud, thinking he was going to have a big year. And if you hitch your wagon to guys and they just, they get hurt or they don't do well, then, I mean, you're kind of effed. And I mean, obviously last year I had a pretty miserable year. So,
Kind of
but
nailed it this year, though.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's going to produce a lot of variance. I think if it, McCaffrey staying healthy obviously has been huge. Josh Allen's, been healthy all year. So stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of, can guys stay on the field? And, I kind of like that boomer bust mentality. I'm either going to have a great year or a horseshit year. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I will say on the rookie side of things, I fire a lot of my $1 late round things are rookies. Partially, I just watch a lot of college football, so there's always guys I think I might try to take a shot at, and then my end guys are usually just guys I'm like they might be on my roster for 2 weeks, or maybe I find a star down there, so I'm tend to just firing shots down there.
Yeah. The other thing with
Sam
the
Darnold
auction draft
for
is you're
$1.
kind of you're hamstrung by when these guys get nominated.
Yep.
There might be somebody you really want to get late
Yep.
for lower, but somebody throws them up. And you just gotta if you got your heart set on them, you start paying more.
It's one of the things that I love about the auction compared to Snake is that there's no like you can't just do a bunch of mock drafts and have this great idea like, all right, I'm picking 8, I'm gonna get a receiver running back first, and then I'm gonna go, and it really makes you kind of in the moment figure out what you're doing much more than a Snake draft.
Yeah, you got to live in the moment for sure. Stay present. No bathroom breaks. No beer breaks.
I would say that's almost
locked
the one
in.
thing I don't like about the auction though, is that you got to really just sit down, and you can't. There's no like run into the bathroom, getting a beer, and like maybe there are a few times every once in a while I'll let my clock run down and run off to grab something, but
Yeah, I feel like both. I feel like you did that twice or three times this year, and every time it was when your turn to nominate.
well, yeah, because I had more time, so I can go
That's
grab a beer or something.
that's a good point.
I don't want to get miss a bid on somebody or something.
Yeah. Controlled chaos.
I need a cooler like I have here for the podcast. That's what I got to start thinking ahead a little better, or just do my draft right next to my beer fridge would be the other. Then reaching distance. Next one you had on here: pet players you've drafted multiple times. Bancroft.
Yeah. I don't think I have any repeats this year, but previously I know Nick Chubb's rookie year, I got him off of waivers late in the season.
That's a good one.
Kind of fell in love with him and had him multiple years after that. Named my team after him one year.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I remember that.
Yeah. Another guy is Justin Herbert. I had him as a rookie as well, and yeah, I know I've had him at least one more time than that. Yeah.
Mike?
What do you guys?
I two came to mind when Jeremy brought this up, and both of them are on my team this year. Actually, one of them I've had 2 years in a row now. Sam Laporta, after he had such a big rookie year, I really felt like he had a lot of upside, so I went with him again. Obviously, not quite living up to it, but I mean, tight end position is always a crapshoot anyway. And then the other one was one I figured I was going to end up regretting, but I haven't yet, knock wood, which was Christian McCaffrey, because I had him, I think it was 2 years ago, and I feel like it was week 1 or 2 he got hurt, and he was done for basically the whole year, which has kind of been his MO. He's very injury prone, those big season enders. So I took a big shot on him, just hoping this was the year, and like I said, so far so good.
I feel like you bring him up every year that you don't want him, and you don't figure out, and then it's like, here comes Mike and Christian McCaffrey for $40 or whatever. You got him fairly cheap this year, though.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was, I believe it was under 50. But yeah, you're right. Like every year, I'm like, I'm not taking him again. Yeah, there you go, 46. So
pull that. Yeah, I had to go. I went way back on mine. Antonio Gates.
Oh,
I had Antonio Gates, and I think he helped me win a league one of his awesome, crazy years. And I was gung. That was pre-auction though, so I was always angling and taking him around earlier than maybe I should have. I don't even really remember what years it was. It had to have been obviously a long time ago. But I won the league or won the playoffs or something with him ages ago, and I bet I had him like 3 or 4 out of the next 5, 6 years out of that. Just couldn't resist.
Yeah.
He was a monster.
Was
But
like, is it Spitty that had hits multiple years or
This was the year,
can't quit.
Smitty.
Can't quit Fitz.
Can't give him up. What an abusive relationship he was trapped in.
He's supposed to be generational. He always told me.
Yep.
Well, he's supposed to be. I don't know how much more evidence you need.
Yeah, this is the year.
That follows up to the next one a little bit here, Bancroft. Burn players you avoid now or don't avoid.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is I think kind of Mike had a great thing with he obviously has faith in these guys that have burned him in the past. Like Laporta had a down year last year, I think.
Yep.
And McCaffrey's the I think A1 example of getting burned. I think I drafted, this was maybe back in the snake draft, Lamar Jackson a year or two after his first MVP season, and he got hurt. And then I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna stay away from him from now on.
The quarterbacks are the ones that really burn you when you remember.
Yeah. My high bid last year was Tyreek Hill.
Ooh.
And
Oof.
yeah, it just didn't do much for me at all. Well, obviously Tua got hurt, but yeah, and good thing I avoided them again this year.
Yeah, I mean it'll sting. I mean, my take on this was there's certain like offenses where I get stuck on them. Like I cannot go back to that Saints offense in any way, or some of those teams that just for a long time it was the Bears offense. It was just like I can't draft anybody from that Bears offense because I'd take a running back or something and he just could never get going in that. And much more than I remember specific people that I try not to think about it, but then sometimes. My other part is that I have multiple leagues, so then it's like I'll draft one guy in one league. I'm like, oh, I don't want to double up there, and then it's like carrying over to the next one, and it gets ugly out there. But Mike, obviously, besides Christian McCaffrey,
Yeah, that was the close call for sure. I had a couple come to mind. One of them was Amari Cooper,
ooh,
who I feel like I took him 2 out of 3 years for a stretch a while back. He was my Kyle Pitts. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna produce this, and he never found the end zone. He was allergic to touchdowns. And then the other one
this year, somebody pick up Amari Cooper this year to get cut? Was that this year?
Medi picked him up and he retired like 4 days later.
He retired. I forgot about that.
So Mike, was that Cowboys Cooper or Browns Cooper?
I think it was Cowboys Cooper.
Okay.
I'd have to look back to be sure.
Because I think kind of getting what Jordan was saying with like Browns Cooper, like do you avoid the Browns or
usually, yeah.
It's taking any receiver was like I had what's his name, the Jets receiver. I got 3 Jets players.
Garrett Wilson.
I don't know how I'm winning any games. I got 3 Jets offensive. Yeah, Garrett Wilson. When I got Justin Fields, at least Justin Fields can run around a little bit, but taking a Jets wide receiver is.
Oof.
He hasn't been awful. Like he's actually. When he's on the field, been decent, but there's also games where he does nothing because Fields can't even keep the ball in the air, I guess.
And it's just an abysmal offense.
Yeah.
I did have one more guy who I'm swearing off. I'm on record. Yep. Jordan will vibe with this. TJ Hawkinson's never welcome back in my clubhouse.
Oh, hey.
I mean, that guy drops so many balls. It's just hard to watch. The fact that I watch him organically as a Vikings fan, I've seen enough to know that I've seen too much. Like that guy stinks.
Hey, welcome on board.
Ugh,
I think I've got something against Vikings tight ends because I hated Kyle Rudolph too, and I feel like they get overrated. I don't know. It's like Kyle Rudolph was like big but slow, couldn't really block. I don't know.
Absolutely no yak for Kyle Rudolph.
None.
Yeah. And I mean Hawkinson got hurt. He obviously has lost some juice since then. That's probably been part of it. But
yeah.
My issue is what they're paying. They're paying him like he's prime Travis Kelce or something, and he's like barely an option. That's a pretty good one. A lot of tight end hate over there. Like
justifiable.
The great thing about fantasy football, though, just to get a little deeper into this, is it makes you pay attention to all these players you wouldn't normally pay
Yeah.
attention to in teams, and
Yeah.
I think that's what makes everything so enjoyable about it.
It really adds to the flavor of how you keep track of teams and dudes, and especially in our league where like our teams are so we got 12 teams, all those roster spots. Like I'm like, who the hell is this? I got some guy. I'm like, Cameron DK Dyke. I don't know what to call him. He's on my roster. I'm like, I don't even have any idea who this is, but I think it's DK. I'm gonna call him DK, and that's not the other one.
It's probably for the best.
Bancroft, me and Mike talked today about doing a segment, and I didn't know if I could say the trade R word on YouTube and get canceled or not, or get shut down. So we haven't decided if we're going to do a segment on that, if we can use that word on YouTube or not. Or we have to come up with a different terminology for it.
Yeah, yeah. Trade SA.
Yeah, we're gonna get our
trade assaulted.
Yeah, we're gonna get our channel thrown in jail or something for saying the R word 17 times in 4 seconds or something.
Get all that ad revenue pulled.
Yeah.
Hey, unsullied over here by advertisements so far.
Yeah.
I think you have to get 10,000 subscribers or something before you can run ads.
Okay.
How many do we have? 2?
We got 3.
No, we got 3.
I'm not sure who the third is, but
yeah, I should probably subscribe.
Come on, we haven't said like and subscribe.
Yeah,
that's what all those guys say. I don't really need subscriptions, but I think my cousin subscribed like ages ago when I posted a draft lottery video or something, so everybody could witness it or something. I don't remember. All right, next we got death of the bell cow running back was the next topic. Bancroft on the
I like this one,
Jeremy.
Yeah, this gets the draft strategy again, and you know, this the frustrating thing about watching some of your guys is, you know, they're in there on first and second down. Third down passing situation comes up, they get pulled for a receiving running back, usually an older veteran guy.
Yep,
it's better at pass blocking too. And I just feel like there's fewer. I mean, this year, Jonathan Taylor's obviously comes to mind. I don't know if you guys can think of any other bell cows this year.
It's interesting because, like, obviously Taylor's kind of the anomaly of this thing right now, but he's just on a streak. Like, you could argue the second best running back this year, one of the second. Bijan's obviously there, but like Jahmyr Gibbs, but he's got David Montgomery who
exactly
steals all kinds of TDs and gets a decent amount of carries and like in there a lot. Obviously Saquon, when he's really rolling, is probably one. Bijan's there, but Bijan's partially just because he's such a great receiver. They run so many screens and stuff for him.
Yeah. From just a points perspective, I looked at this when I saw you brought this topic up, Jeremy. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor is far and away ahead points-wise among running backs. And then a click below him, I think it was about, it was a pretty significant drop, like a 30-35% drop is McCaffrey. And then after that, everybody else kind of starts to fall into this fairly condensed pack that is significantly lower. That even includes guys like, Devin Achane and Jahmyr Gibbs. And it really is interesting watching teams go to this, committee running back thing and how it affects how we have to pick this, because you're just guessing who's getting touchdowns most weeks. And you kind of have to live and die by it, but.
Well, and it's weird because in some sense it makes the guys who are even more like, I don't even know what Jonathan Taylor is going to go for in the auction next year coming off of this. No, we always do this because like Saquon last year into this year, it's like, can they do it 2 years in a row? And
yeah,
a lot
you're
of
fighting last year's war.
Yeah, and a lot of running backs, the history is when they have those insane record-breaking years, there's a big regression in the year after. So I don't know, but somebody's going to pay a ton of them.
Somebody will misclick for $90-some or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, that was Jonathan Taylor, wasn't it?
It was Jonathan Taylor. Yeah. And then you know what? Because of that, I've actually shied away from him too.
It was like 86 or something, wasn't it?
It was. I think it was. It was like 67 or something like that.
Yeah, it was something crazy. Yeah. The good thing is I figured out I could reverse it.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
I was cooked otherwise. So.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, if you would have done that this year and got him, you might have been all right anyways.
Yeah.
Happy accident, yeah.
Although somehow he's still 6-4 with him. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But yeah, it's there's just so few. There's so few that even get the majority of the carries, much less they're like good and like hang in there. And it's like, and then half of them get hurt anyway. Like Bucky Irving looked like maybe he was going to be that kind of guy, and like he gets hurt. Even Saquon's been down a bit this year. Obviously, McCaffrey's had that issues. You got to have somebody who's, I mean, catches balls. There's just really hardly any running backs anymore that you can put on that level that don't catch a bunch of balls.
Yeah.
Some of that's the evolution of PPR, half point PPR too. Back in the day, that wasn't as much of a thing, but all right. What's Monday Night Football doom watching?
Oof.
Oh yeah. So this is the like when you have everybody on your team has already played going into Monday night,
No.
and you have a lead that you think is maybe safe, but it's not entirely safe.
No.
And I bring this up because it happened to me 2 weeks in a row this year. Most recently in this pre-game losing streak of mine. And you're just watching, and just your heart sinks when you see that box score.
Yeah. It's so much worse. It's so much worse watching when you're ahead and your guys aren't playing than it is
Yeah.
when you got guys like you're fired up when they get a catch
Yeah.
or a run or a touchdown. But when you got to watch and you're just hoping he doesn't get the ball at every play, you're just like, all right, don't throw it to that guy. Don't throw it to that guy. And it's like every single, well, we'll get to it. But the Guillotine League, watching Lad McConkey this past Sunday, just hoping they never, and then just watching him run right down the slot wide open and catch the touchdown and know I'm dead in the water. It's like,
Yeah.
painful.
It's such a funny dynamic too, because if you zoom out, like obviously if you're gonna lose, you're gonna lose.
Yep.
And it's just the timing of it that makes it so interesting. Like if he hadn't played Monday night, I wouldn't have had this, shitty feeling. And but that's the way it goes. I mean, my only advice to you guys is: have you considered not watching Monday Night Football? Because that's what I do.
I mean, a lot of times I don't, but
That's what I do.
I like the sweat. This is why half the reason I play fantasy football, at least during the season, the best part is when I'm sweating something.
Yeah. I get sucked in every week. It's awful.
Oh no.
You gotta get in there, otherwise there's no point. I'm not although sometimes I have bets on games, I guess, but it's
almost all of my big wins were made known to me by receiving a text about it, not watching the game. So maybe that's just me being a bit of a
Mike asleep comeback was last 12 seconds left interception or whatever it was. That was incredible.
Yeah, it's been my kind of year.
That might be end of the year award. Mike's sleeping while I get a win award. Or
sleeping at the wheel. Got where we needed to go.
It's I mean, it's what makes the game feel alive and feel a little fun and give it a little bit of a sweat. And it's part of why you like the matchups too, instead of just who scores the most points each week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Otherwise, it's like, well, which is always my issues with like the Smitty rule is, well, even if I lose, I get half a win or whatever. It's like, it's kind of the whole point is to have the ecstasy or the agony, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What are we doing without it? I don't know. That will segment me a little bit into the next segment I want to cover. I got eliminated the Guillotine League. There's only 2 left over there, by the way, I believe. It's just Wentz and Jeremy.
Yep.
Which is not a good representation for our league, is that we got absolutely cleaned out over there.
I don't even know who half these guys are. Like,
so some of them, Travis Lindgren's one of them. Splabs is Travis Lindgren.
I think he's the only one I know other than
the rest of them are all Park Rapids area Zorbas. So I'm in a Zorbas league with a bunch of those guys, and so me and Rob, who did own Zorbas, he kind of runs that league, and I run our league. So now we were sitting around talking about Guillotine leagues and how awesome they are and want to do it, and they were like, "Well, why don't we just put our forces together? We can come up with 18, I bet, or whatever." And sent out some messages and kind of found it. So it's all a bunch of guys that I know quite a few of them, and in a fantasy league, at least with all of them. So yeah, we don't want any of them to win though. So although I don't want Wentz to win either. So I think all my chips.
Bancroft, it's all on you, man.
Yep. The way I went into this was the way I also went into the Ojibwe Poker Classic is I didn't want to get eliminated first.
Yep. Smart.
Right. And I wanted to make it to the final table. And I think we're less than 8. Half the league is left now.
Yeah, 8 left because I was 9, I think.
Yeah, so I'm at the final table now, and everything's just gravy after this. So
So it's funny because now we're gonna get the perspective of me, who made it to 9th, Bancroft still in, and Mike, who was out first out of everybody. Yeah. So obviously I had a lot of fun because I was in it for 9. Now Mike, obviously, to get the full experience of it, which is also kind of like poker because sometimes you're just out first and that's just how it rolls, and other times you come up short and Now, obviously, me and Mike basically were out the exact same spot because we didn't make any money.
Mhm.
Um, there are a few things I absolutely love about the Guillotine League. Uh, Number one is the sweat each week. If you're down in the bottom, is even like beyond. Like if you lose in our league, like a regular season game, like you go 6-4 or whatever, like that's like it's a whole other game over there where you just sweat each guy hoping for touchdowns.
Yeah.
Um, that creates a whole different dynamic. The other part I like was it the strategy of it is so different than like a whole season long kind of our style league, from drafting to waivers to like not having a clue and the $1,000 waiver budget. Just really creates a lot of bye weeks are like way more stressful because all of a sudden you got guys that you got to find your way through a buyout, a couple guys, and I will say I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, Mike, you have a little different perspective on it, but I would assume maybe you'll be back next year.
I intend to be, yeah. I mean, obviously going out first, not what you want,
No.
but it's got to be somebody, and all it takes is that 1 week where just nobody scores, and that's all you're one and done. So that said, I love the concept. I think it's fun. I think we have a good group. Insofar as everybody seems engaged. I mean, nobody's really on autopilot, which is great. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm definitely back in next year.
Yeah, we like I said, the me and Rob, the guy Zorba's guy, kind of put our heads together, put together 18, then I kind of sent out feelers and got enough guys that I knew would one be into it and obviously enjoy it. And it's also a fun second league or third or how many ever leagues you're in, but that way you can like if you're out, you're out. You still have the other leagues or whatever, but it's a nice little added little treat. And then obviously it's going to get even more crazy if you're in the last four or three or
Yeah.
if you're in that three to down to 2 week, that's going to be
Oof. What a sweat that's gonna be. That's gonna be fun to watch for all of us, I think.
Bancroft. I'm
So
hoping you're there.
is the money, it's just first and second?
Yep. So I said 1,500, 300, and obviously if those two get there and they say let's just split it or we want to run it out or whatever, obviously I don't really care. But
Mhm.
me and Rob both kind of agreed like we can't just give second nothing, but let's put as much up top and just make it absolutely
Yeah.
painful. And the other wild strategy part of that is you start super thin because there's 18 teams, so everybody and now you guys are down to 8 and like everybody's got people like
Yeah.
crazy. And so now it's gonna become this whole game of who do you start and who do you sit
Uh-huh.
and like who's got a little waiver money left and who's gonna because now there's gonna be tons of people on the waiver. There's gonna be now it's a whole other game.
Yeah, I early on I was looking pretty thin at running back, so I splurged for Bijan Robinson,
Yep.
$601.
I remember.
And
Paid
got
off.
him. And he's kind of slowed down a little bit for me now, but he kept me alive.
Yeah. And
And
that's one of those guys where like at the end of it, like he's gonna be a starting running back probably in the last 3-4 weeks, no matter what.
mhm,
So it's probably not even that like some people spending early on backs who when you're down to 4 or 5 teams, are they even gonna play for you?
right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a very different beast. So I hope good
But
luck.
yeah,
Good
the,
luck.
the the draft and you get down to the end rounds and you're like, who even is this guy?
Yeah. Yeah, you just like in the waivers, like the lower waivers, you just don't care about like your bench that much. Like you might take
Yeah.
a shot, but it's like you're just gonna be out of those guys anyways early and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like and then like the last few weeks, it's like trying to figure out what to bid on guys and I have no idea what anybody's gonna bid and just like at least we got a little precedence. Obviously, as the season went on, like all right, somebody paid this for Henry, somebody paid this, like going from there and then seeing how much people have. But
Mhm.
yeah, overall, I think it was fun. Obviously, you'll see if even more people from the main league will want to get in next year. And but everybody I've talked to pretty much wants back in. So
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
a
Good
nice
luck, Jeremy.
little.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're gonna be cheering for you.
Big time.
I'm cheering for Wentz. I'll cheer for Wentz second.
Yes.
So you guys go 1-2, then I'll be really happy.
Hey, that'd be fun.
Then I'd be really really stoked over there. I got a little bit of a commish corner. I debated whether to go into it, but I think I'm gonna go into it. I have had this thought for a couple years now. I talked to Mike a little bit about this. One thing I've never liked about fantasy football, and now I will put a disclaimer on this that I don't think this rule is going to be implemented, and I don't even know if I could implement it on Yahoo, but maybe some other platform at some point. But I've never liked in fantasy football how actually winning the game has zero incentive to your players. Like if your quarterback wins the game, it doesn't matter. There's no incentive. If you're behind, sometimes it even helps your quarterback because he's trying to make up points. And so my thought to this was, how do you incentivize that in a way that doesn't make it weird or skew it or any of those things? And so like my prime example of this happened to me this week, even though I won, it doesn't really matter. But Sam Darnold comes out. Seahawks get 2 fumble returns and touchdowns, and they're up 28-0 to start the game and basically go on cruise control. Darnold goes 10 for 12, scores me like almost 6 points only because he doesn't have to do anything all game. While Nate had Jacoby Brissett playing, who was the reason that those fumbles happened, but he's behind all game. He scores almost 20 or something because they're just getting killed and he's throwing the ball over the place. Now, obviously, that's just one of the things that happens, but it's like, especially with quarterbacks, that tends to happen. So I always thought, if you could do a added points or a multiplier for winning the game, one, it does a few things. One, it incentivizes you picking players who win games. So that adds more people into the pool who you might start if you're getting like a 1.2 multiplier on points for a running back that you know is on a team that's going to win but might only score 5 points. 2, it changes draft strategy. I mean, are you going to take Jets guys even more so at that point if they're never going to win the game? 3, there's a little bit more prediction in who you're starting and who you're drafting, as you're now having to think about winning and teams and skills and stuff like that. So obviously I don't think this is going to go through, and I don't even know if I'm going to put it up, and I don't know if I can do it, but it's always been my thought that adding some kind of multiplier or something for actually winning the games would be a way to add a little spice, add a little more strategy, and then even out some of the stuff where Jalen Hurts had this the other year where he would play almost no fourth quarter because the Eagles were so far ahead. And some of the times his points would get hurt. Meanwhile, Kyler or somebody's down every game and having to just throw it all over the yard and scores a bunch of points. So, Bancroft, thoughts?
Yeah, I think, well, part of the draft strategy is, who's going to be a garbage time player.
Yep.
So that definitely changes. I don't know. Maybe if you want to do this as a pilot program, maybe just with the defense.
Yeah. Another defense was the other one I thought about, is that the incentives on defense are just kind of weird sometimes.
Yeah.
Mike?
I gotta say, yeah, overall, not a big fan of the rule.
Like I said, I don't know if it works. And I almost sometimes I wish we had like a second league where we could just try crazy stuff every year. Because there's always I've always had ideas, obviously, that kind of screw up the main league. And the main league's been more typical, even though we have kind of double quarterbacks and those kind of things. But I've just always, it popped up this week with the Darnold thing, is like right away I'm like, oh crap, Darnold's never going to play in this game, but I'm going to score 6 points because they're ahead by 35 already.
I like the creative attack, creative thinking of how to adjust for that. But yeah. What about you, Mike?
I have mixed feelings about it. I think part of what makes our league more fun than average is the fact that we've gone out and done some of these more fringe things. We've added the super flex. We got rid of kickers. We do the auction draft. I think those things are kind of what keep a lot of us, I know me personally, engaged. It adds just that extra wrinkle of fun and strategy. So I like that along that vein. I like this plan on that kind of plane. Where I think it's the only drawback, I think, is that it's going to make some people less interested. I'm down to try whatever. Like I don't know. I'll ride with whatever. I think
it's never going to pass a vote.
No, yeah. I think it's just going to inherently turn some people off. It's going to make them disinterested. It's going to make people upset and frustrated. So I get it too. Like, your guy scored a bunch of points, and you see, somebody have a bum, what appears to be a bum game, and they get points for a bum game. I get it, but
one of the selling points for me, or when I thought about this, was like, let's say you're in a buy or whatever, and you got you got 2 flex guys you're looking at. Both are predicted for like 6 points or 5. You got some backup running back you're hoping gets, but one of them's playing on a team that might win the game. One of them's playing on a team that's the Dolphins or something in this horrible matchup where, you might, and now all of a sudden you get a little bit more, I don't know, strategy or whatever, like a little bit more prediction to it than just saying, whatever. But at the same point, you can still, there's no guarantees a team's going to win the game. They go out and Buffalo gets killed by the Dolphins, and all of a sudden you're like, she had out of luck and like didn't get. And I'm not saying it wouldn't be a huge, I don't think bump, but if you did something 1.2 point, 1.2 times your points or something like that, it'd be interesting to like if I could find a way to simulate it like seasons and see how it affected things or something. Would be a fun thing to. Anyways, kind of half a commish corner because I know it's not actually going to happen. I'm not projecting it, but I've just always thought it like fantasy football is there's no incentive to players actually winning games, especially quarterbacks and stuff where it's really impactful. So
you got to be careful now. You're challenging the foundation on which this game was built, and I know at least 2 people aren't going to even want to hear you out.
People don't like change,
Nope, not at all.
But 2 quarterbacks, I think, has been way better than 1.
Yeah.
Auction draft, obviously, nobody's going to go back to the old way of drafting if you go auction. There's parts I like of snake draft, but mostly just because it's like easy and relaxing and fun or whatever. But like in terms
snake
of
draft, I think a snake just allows you a little bit more social aspect.
Yeah.
But other than that, not even a close.
Yeah. So, all right, next segment, recurring one here. Group text of the week. Let me go to share my little screen here. Hold on a second. Oh, Mike.
So we've got a little bit of context here because the full story is not in the text, but this week, my favorite text went to our very own guest, Jeremy Bancroft, who noted about Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy, and I quote, "If he uses any more eye black, he'll be ineligible to run in any elections." And I tell you, watching the game and seeing him just painted the fuck up like a Navy SEAL, the thought occurred to me as well. So that one hit home on relatability, and it was just outright funny. So well done, Jeremy.
Thank you. Yeah.
I
got the whole 9 persona thing is just
it's a little weird.
It's much. It's a bit much,
and it's a weird for if he was like a middle linebacker. It's more of it's a little weird that it's a quarterback, and I don't know the way KLC looks at him. It's a little bit like, come on, kid. But he's also 22 or whatever he is. So maybe,
he's super young.
Maybe he's 26. He kind of gets out of this.
Yeah. Lend him a little grace. I don't think any of us were knew what the hell we were doing with our lives at 22.
That it got me though. I laughed pretty hard on that one.
Pretty good.
Well, new segment. Let me tell you, we got a little something. The name a little bit in limbo on what I'm naming this segment. I got three possibilities here. Make a choice is the kind of easy, plain Jane one. Welcome the hate is another name. My personal favorite. Does Mike hate babies?
I have no idea where we're going with this, but I like it.
The premise of this bit, we're going to do a little forecasting or a little bit of projection here. Let's say it's championship week. There are 2 teams and captains in the championship game. Winner takes all. There's no chopping, no giving one or the other, something or that. You each have to pick who you would like to win, and they will know who you picked to win. So I've got 9 different slides here with a little verses. We'll start a little easy and work our way up here. But first one, number 1, and I made little graphics here. Hold on a second. Now, some of the names might be under the wrong person, but Wang versus Medi, who are you picking to win the champ? Not your projection. You are giving all the money and the trophy to one of them and telling the other person that they lose. Bancroft.
Oh God. All right. I gotta go with Wang on this one.
Wow. I guess no love for Medi.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, Medi.
Oh, Mike.
I disagree. And what? I say that knowing Wang is my fishing partner, but I mean, is there ever a better line in history than when Medi won the Poker Classic and said, couldn't have happened to a better guy? And I feel like that's the energy we need from a champion.
Okay.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Fair enough.
Now, my AI put the wrong name under the wrong picture guy here, so
yeah, we figured it out.
But I had a one run rule. I just put the pictures in, and whatever it spit out, I'm just rolling with on these. So, and to tell you, this gets a little weirder and a little more fun as we go along. So we got 9 of these. So, number 2, Nate Vonosic or Michael Goss. go to Mike first this time.
You know, Goss is such a highly decorated guy in this league. I gotta go with Nate. I mean,
Oh,
this is two of the more fun-loving people a group of friends could ever ask for. So there's no wrong
you
answers
know
here.
this.
But give me Nate.
Mike plays for the Bun Lounge softball team. You couldn't
Mm,
tell.
wow, what a
Yeah,
guy.
this is another tough one. Yeah, after that episode last week, I mean, you got to appreciate Goss's trade uh volume.
Yep,
Mm,
Say,
he keeps it going.
yeah, I gotta go with Vanasek on this, just because
Wow,
it'd be nice to see him win.
yeah.
would be. Wow, he'll be happy about that. I'm sure he'll appreciate his graphical interpretation here too. All right,
Captured his likeness.
next one. Now, we might preface this by saying this might end up being which one would you rather lose than win. So, Wentz for Smitty. Now, look, obviously, I got all these pictures from somewhere, and then there's an AI interpretation of them, which is some of them are much better than others. And let me tell you, somehow Smitty has a picture of him riding a fake bull on Facebook that I found, and this is what it kicked out. Let's go,
Amazing.
Mike.
I mean, this is like
This
asking
is who would you rather win, not lose. By the way,
which of my ears do you want to cut off? I don't know. I got to root for Wentz.
oh, Wentz vote.
I know. I feel like I'd hear about it less if it was
Yeah.
Wentz.
Well, Smitty's going to call you this week when he listens.
I was
to
going to
this
say, yeah. I'm getting a phone call for this for sure.
Wow, Bancroft.
Yeah, this is. I feel like. Mm. Oh,
I'm
Sophie's
going for another
choice.
beer on this one.
Yeah.
Big time Sophie's choice.
Giant meteor? I don't know.
Yeah. Can you pick neither? You can't pick it either. You can't. Not allowed.
I'm gonna go with Smitty because I think the Wentz meltdown would be better.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's better for the pod, I think.
Yeah.
Although I'm not letting Smitty call into the pod if he wins. It's not hanging up on him. I might let him call in and I'm just gonna hang up on him midway through.
Just mute his mic the whole time. Let him think he's talking.
Sorry, he's done. I love this because I know Smitty's gonna listen to this. All right, number 4. We got another little fun one here. Now, this might not apply much to this season in terms of actually winning, but Gary versus Clausen. Let's go Bancroft first on this one.
Oh man.
Once again, I reversed the pictures, the names.
Yeah.
If you couldn't tell.
I'm a big fan of Gary. I'm gonna go with Gary.
Gary. All right.
Yeah.
He's got money in front of him and everything.
Oh
Yeah.
man. He's also got like a Gophers like newsy cap somehow.
Taylor hat on or something. He probably had 2 hats on in the picture I put in or something.
That's a
That's
good
probably what
point.
happened.
It's quite the overlap. I am going to go with Clausen.
Oh.
I know. I feel like, he was out for a few years from the league and now he's back. I feel like a win keeps him here for a while.
There is a little bit. I don't want John to finish total bottom, so maybe he comes back next year.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
It would be an anchor win for sure.
Mhm.
And Gary's the eternal optimist. So Gary will just think, even if he gets dead last, that, he should have won. That's what he'll think. Oh boy. Okay. Now we switch things up a little bit. This one is just for Bancroft to answer. Travis versus Mike. Now,
Hmm.
first off,
That's
before
not
you-
even me. That's
a little story behind the Mike graphic here, even though it's the wrong name. Is this girl I know who's, I think, brother or uncle or something, looks exactly like Mike. And so I use all his pictures to put in AI. So it isn't actually him, but it kind of looks like him when he had a big beard.
Okay.
Anyways, now with Mike on the call, I think I know the answer, but Bancroft, who would you rather win?
Even though he's on the call, I'm gonna go with Mike. I like the rags to riches story.
It's true.
Last place last year.
oh,
Hope this year.
Boy, am I
Thank
hoping
you.
for a collapse, but
thank you. Oh, come on.
you know how good the pod's going to be if we get to like week 13 and you just lost 2 straight and now it's all on the line going into week 14. And you play me week 14, don't you?
Yes, I do. Can I
Imagine.
present you a counterpoint?
Uh-oh.
let's say I finish strong and I win.
Yep.
How good's it going to be next year when I put up another like 1-win season?
Oh, fantastic.
Every week is just pure agony.
But once you win it 1 year, like the next like 3 years, you're just kind of like, I won it 3 years.
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Good point. 2 of us on here won last year, so
Yeah.
Figured that was an easy one, but I had to get a picture of the non-Mike into here somehow.
Mm-hmm.
My brother from another mother.
Now I have one just for Mike. Tough one here.
Oh,
no, there's some history.
Look at these two.
History behind.
I know this photo. I know this photo.
I have it. Next slide is where I have. This is the photo I uploaded.
Wow.
That's Tyler Highmark.
Highmark.
Okay, you did. You didn't know it was Highmark. Good. That was going to be my question.
Yeah, I should have asked Mike that one.
Oh yeah,
Gus,
I got
Gus Macker 3-on-3 tournament. I don't know what grade we were in. Highmark didn't get the memo on the jersey. I guess I don't know. This is what it kicked out for us.
I love it.
I feel like I know the answer here, but
yeah, I mean it's a runaway.
What? He won it last year.
It's Bancroft. Yeah, you won the regular season, and I talked to you more, so I don't want to hear about it.
It is. He does have the trophy in this one, which is
that's true.
I guess I don't get one.
No, you just look really upset about something.
Well, look at me.
We finished runners up. So
yeah, we were runners up. I was pissed.
Yeah.
We got worked over by Thompson or something. Something like that. They had like a coach and everything in the championship. I don't remember. Not that I remember it or anything, but
well, every other team had a sub, and it was just the 3 of us.
Yeah, I remember that part. Yeah.
You guys going whistle to whistle, huh? I love it.
But I had to do our graphic. I'm like, wait a second, I got a great picture of the 2 of us.
That's amazing.
There. Pretty good. Walmart parking lot.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, I got one more just for Mike.
Okay.
This one is we're keeping it all in the family.
Mark Shout out my boys.
Mike's 2 kids.
Now we get a Sophie's Choice.
Yeah.
Oh man, no kidding.
Don't think I won't send them this either. But
oh, this is not fair at all. I'm gonna be in so much trouble if either of them sees this.
You had to pick one of them.
All right. Obligatory, they're both amazing kids, but only one of them is gonna not talk shit for a whole year. I gotta go with Noah.
That makes sense.
He's more humble. Yeah. He'll take it in stride.
Mark looks like he would be the one that would not be happy in this situation.
Yeah, Mark would let me hear about it just about every day.
Yeah, pretty good answer. Pretty good answer. All right, now I got one just for Bancroft. Another all in the family. Kyle versus Perry.
Oh, man.
I remember this because your mom posted a picture on Facebook this past week when they were both in town or something. So I grabbed the picture and threw it in there, and there we go.
First of all, these are my brothers, and I can't tell which one's which.
I did say it kicked out. They both looked identical. But
I was going to say, it's not just me, right?
Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to go with Kyle just because I know he puts in a lot of work into fantasy, and Perry just doesn't care. So,
yeah, good point. Yeah, that's an easy one. I feel I could see that.
Kyle's a commission in one of his leagues, so
yeah, he deserves it then.
Yeah,
I could see Perry not carrying either way.
Yeah,
see that coming through.
I think that's Perry double fisting there. I think that's Perry.
Well, your mom was at a picture with the 2 of them. Obviously, they were in town for like the UND game or something. I'm like, oh, this would be perfect. I'll just upload this one. No, I should have put Gloria in there, and then we would have a real competition here. All right, we got one left. And remember what my favorite name was. Does Mike hate babies? So this is just for Mike, and I noted to be careful here. Now, one of these contestants, I'm pretty sure, is in a fantasy league, and I'd imagine the other isn't. But we're going to go with Mike's girlfriend, Jill, versus the Bancroft baby, Vern.
What are you doing to me?
Does Mike hate babies is the name of this segment.
You know, I know for a fact one of those 2 listens to this podcast in support of us. So it feels awfully mean. Just kidding. It's the baby. I want the baby to win.
Hey, Mike doesn't hate babies. Mike doesn't hate babies. Oh, boy. I mean, I tell you, I was like, all right, I got to do a fun one at the end. And I was trying to come up with something to put Mike in a spot. I was like, how can I make Mike sweat a little bit here? And then
what a picture of Vern, too. That is amazing.
A Halloween costume. I'm like, oh, this is
he was our little scientist. So
that's dynamite, dude.
I mean, it's Pretty good. Pretty good.
Very, very well done, Jordy. Very well done.
You know,
Great
AI makes life very easy in terms of doing that stuff. Because I was just gonna do it, and then I was like, I started clipping out pictures because I was just gonna put like the actual Facebook pictures against each other. I'm like, wait a second, we can make this even a little more comical.
Pretty
But
good.
Mike doesn't hate babies, I guess, is the
Yeah.
the moral of the story.
Not officially.
So that's what I got for this week. How about a little final comments? Bancroft, start with you. Where do you final thoughts on the season so far? Where you're at? Obviously, we'll
Yeah, I
keep
mean,
this
I think
rolling.
it's regression to the mean for me.
Yeah.
Started out strong, and I could see, with my total points, I was not in good shape. So, but I'm gonna enjoy this last few weeks, and
Still in it?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
love it.
Just got to get hot at the right time.
Yep, we'll be back
Mike?
next year.
Final thoughts.
Every week that goes by, Jordan, I sit here and I hope that this isn't the week that starts the collapse.
God, it's got it. We've got four left.
I spend a lifetime waiting for the other shoe to drop, and this is no different. So I'm just, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be 9-1.
I'll say, I'm not against you winning. I just don't want you to run away with it. So the last 2 weeks, there's no I want to. We gotta have some stress on here. Week 14 podcast.
All right, that's fair.
Especially
Does it
since
help?
it's me versus you week 14. So
Yeah,
if
that's
I
true.
could ruin your winning of the league, would be an epic podcast. Let's just say that.
I'm gonna need to be treated for an ulcer. Oh boy.
How about this, Bancroft? Final thoughts on the podcast? What do you think?
Well, I love the podcast. Yeah,
Oh, great
yeah.
little
It gets
addition.
better every week. It's the best one
Spices.
yet.
I couldn't agree more. We're gonna go how long? We're probably going close to an hour on this one too.
Close to an hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how long the first two were. Probably a couple guys in this league who aren't going to be big talkers. Who might have to really work to stretch some of them out. But
Talk about regressing to the mean. Yeah. We'll be
Thought
we'll be
we'd-
juicing those for everything we got.
thought we'd spice up the group chat a little bit. It's like the best part of fantasy football during the season. You get a little group chat,
I love the group chat.
little podcast, and it's pretty easy. And AI does everything for me nowadays, so I hardly have to do anything. So, all right, well, Mike, good having you co-hosting again. Bancroft, I'm sure we'll have you on again soon at some point.
It's been a pleasure.
I got a little sign off of good luck and don't tinker with your lineups too much because I took Kimani Vidal out of my Choppa League lineup and that almost cost me, and I was just praying it didn't, and it didn't. But all right. Episode 11.
Jeremy?
No, week 11.
Week 11.
Episode 4. Signing out. Bancroft, you don't have to hang up because I'm just going to stop recording. Nate hung up.
Yeah, Nate hung up on us.
Unbelievable. But over and out. Episode's out.